A planet that no one has ever seen. It doesn't orbit a star, it doesn't reflect light. It drifts through space, alone. But now, it's here. At first, no one notices. Telescopes show a slight distortion. Satellites lose signal. Gravity starts to shift. Jupiter twitches. The moon pulls the tides in the wrong direction. And then, the silhouette. A massive sphere, dark as the void, slowly approaches Earth. Not a comet, not a meteor, an entire planet, on a direct path to collide with ours. Rogue planets. They're not bound to any star. Imagine a planet, adrift in total darkness, floating silently through the void between solar systems. No light, no warmth, no orbit. Billions of them are out there, wandering the galaxy like ghosts. Some were born from chaos, ejected during the violent birth of young star systems. Others may have survived ancient cosmic collisions, flung into the dark like forgotten wreckage. And now, one of them is headed our way. The question is, what happens when a rogue planet enters our solar system and sets its path toward Earth? At first, it was just a small anomaly. A few observatories detected strange gravitational shifts in the orbit of Neptune, then Uranus. Something massive was approaching from the edge of the solar system. But it wasn't a comet, and it wasn't an asteroid. It was moving too slow, and it was far too large. Deep space telescopes finally caught a glimpse. A massive planet, larger than Jupiter, completely shrouded in darkness. No light, no heat, just silence. It had no orbit, no known origin. And worst of all, its current trajectory pointed directly at Earth. A rogue planet, massive, silent, unstoppable, enters the inner solar system. As it closes in, Earth begins to feel its gravitational grip. Tides grow erratic. Earthquakes ripple across continents. Satellites fall out of orbit. The moon's trajectory warps, and suddenly, months of careful astronomical models no longer hold. Night skies glow with strange auroras as Earth's magnetic field begins to distort. And then, the unthinkable. The rogue planet veers closer than expected, swinging past Mars and aiming straight at Earth. But this isn't a fiery explosion, not yet. It's worse. The planet doesn't hit us directly. It pulls Earth out of orbit, dragging it into a new trajectory away from the sun. Our days grow longer, temperatures plummet. Civilization as we know it begins to freeze. Astronomers have a name for these mysterious wanderers. They call them rogue planets, or even orphans. Unlike Earth or Mars, these planets don't orbit any star at all. They were likely ejected from their birth systems, torn away by gravity during chaotic early formation. And now, they drift endlessly through the cold emptiness of space. Alone, silent, invisible. Most of them are completely harmless, dark shadows just passing by. But if one were to head straight toward Earth, it could mean disaster. Scientists estimate there may be over 1 trillion rogue planets in our galaxy alone. That's more planets than stars, and many of them are massive, larger than Jupiter, capable of tearing through entire planetary systems. The scary part? We might never see them coming, because rogue planets don't emit light and reflect almost none. Unless it passes in front of a star or distorts the space around it, it's practically invisible. That means a rogue planet could already be on its way, hiding in the black, only months or years away from impact. And by the time we notice, we might only have weeks left. But what if we could somehow survive the initial chaos? What would life look like on a planet that's now orbiting a rogue invader? Gravity would be warped, our day-night cycles shattered. Seasons, gone. Climate zones, erased. Humanity might build underground cities powered by geothermal energy, shielded from radiation and temperature extremes. Agriculture would vanish as we know it. We'd rely on lab-grown food and hydroponics. With no sun, our skies would be eternally black, lit only by artificial light or distant stars. Communication satellites? Gone. Internet? Rebuilt on ground-based systems. Over time, we might even evolve, adapting to low light, thinner atmosphere, or higher radiation. Earth wouldn't just be surviving, it would be transforming into a deep space ark, drifting in silence. In the vast silence of space, Earth is just a fragile blue dot, drifting through a sea of chaos. And while rogue planets are rare, they are not impossible. Imagine a world with no sun, no orbit, no home, just endless motion through darkness. Now imagine that world heading straight for us. The impact might not come tomorrow, or even in 1,000 years, but the possibility reminds us, the universe doesn't revolve around Earth. Every time we look up at the stars, we're not just searching for answers, we're checking for danger. One day, something unexpected might appear in our sky. Not a comet, not an asteroid, but a planet. If this kind of future feels terrifying, it's because it is, but it's also why science matters, why we explore, why we prepare. So if this made you think, if you felt the scale of it all, subscribe to Dark Space, because we're just getting started.